10 changes between matches 1 and 2. Matilda's coach Tony Gustavsson has made just one, and it's an enforced one. Ellie Carpenter has returned to her French league leaders Olympique Lyonnais, but it's Claire Wheeler who got the nod at right back ahead of Charlie Grant. While up front, the Magic Four, Hayley Raso and Mary Fowler wide, Caitlin Ford in the middle with the freshly crowned Asian Player of the Year, none other than the hometown hero who's already scored 4 goals this week, Sam Kerr. For Chinese Taipei coach Chan Hui-Ming, he's made 4 changes from the side that drew 0-0 with Iran. Su, Lan, Ting and Chuo all return after starting the first match where Su, the number 9, opened the scoring against the Philippines before going down 4-1. Look out for the number 4, Lin Chung-ying, as we heard in the pre-game show. The 35-year-old spent the 2008-9 season at Canberra United, only to suffer an ACL injury after just 5 appearances. Tony Gustavsson, who has been in charge of the Matildas for 45 matches before this one. The record has just improved and improved after a slow start. He's looking for win number 23 of his own reign. It would be the Matildas' 200th win in history. There is the 48-year-old Chan Hui-Ming, represented Hong Kong at futsal, as well as playing for a number of football sides and even outfield hockey as well. He's been the man in charge of this side since May 2023. We are all set for the countdown to this final match on home soil for the Matildas in this record-breaking year. Australia versus Chinese Taipei is underway. Victory will be the 200th in the history of the Matildas, and they are getting bigger and bigger with each victory. They are 2 goals shy of 900 goals in their history as well. Grace Gill, victory and nothing less will sate this sellout crowd at HBF Park.
Oh, good evening, Robbie. That's exactly right. A strong performance tonight from the Matildas after what was really an enthralling showing against the Philippines. It's going to be so important for this group tonight.
And they're immediately onto the front foot again with Caitlin Ford. She was the main destroyer of the Philippines, although you could have picked out players all over the park. Gorry looking to spray it wide towards Raso. Caitlin Ford, a hat-trick of goals, just as it was when these two sides last met in 2020. But she also provided 4 assists. Here's Mary Fowler. She really is the player of the moment. The elegant left winger these days with the Matildas. With Caitlin Ford, who also plays her club football on the left wing, as it's turned over cheaply. Raso with Kerr, gets it back. Sam Kerr, great turn. And it just got away from her. Claimed by the goalkeeper, Cheng Su-yu.
Well, it's a bright start for the Matildas. That tight, intricate passing that Tony Gustavsson spoke about, I was really pleased to see in the last 2 performances. I think it's going to be a similar approach tonight.
There's your former teammate, Grace. Lin Chung-ying, number 4, with the heavily strapped knee. Mind you, there are a few heavily strapped knees out there in the centre of defence for Chinese Taipei. They have tried to play football this tournament, Chinese Taipei, even though they only have a point from that scoreless draw with Iran to show for it.
Well, they have, and they opened the scoring in their first game against the Philippines as well, proving that they can do so when they get into the final third. It's going to be a tall ask for them tonight up against the Matildas, who, as we've seen, are in really fine form.
And first touch of the ball at right back for Claire Wheeler. And you can see she immediately moves in to create that overload in midfield. So as we suspected, not a traditional right back role. And Wheeler, she's charging forward now towards the edge of the box as Caitlin Ford sides into the box, and it's cleared away. She asks the question of the Korea Republic referee. throw for the Matildas. Katrina Gorry, the best tackler of the Women's World Cup. One more ball than any other player in the game against the Philippines. She came off after 66 minutes with already 95 touches of the ball, 75 passes, so not a bad evening's work for just 3/4 of a match. And it's given away as they look long with Wheeler in that hybrid right back role. Here she is again, where she has played a couple of times on the left side of a wing back role with her club side Everton in the English WSL. It's been a tough start for Everton in the WSL, currently down in 10th place. It's Queenie Cross. She's seen Claire Wheeler get her first ever Matildas goal. Must have looked on rather enviously as the ball flew into the back of the net. Different position, of course, but she's looking forward to feeling that as well. Mary Fowler, good ball into the feet of Kerr. Touch back for Gorry. Another with an eye for goal. Saved by Chang.
Good hands by Chang, had to be as well. Gorry's hit that really sweetly. Delightful build-up play once more from the Matildas. Touch back from Sam Kerr, took the pace out of the pass so nicely. This is a really bright start.
Rasso again. So much talk of Sam Kerr finishing second in the Ballon d'Or voting. Hayley Rasso 17th. It was a fantastic return as she featured in the top 20 for the first time. 2 Australians in the top 20 players in the world. And a feeling that there probably could have been a couple more as well.
Fair to say, Sam Kerr having featured in that list.
As Queenie Cross drives the ball in again. Rasso, lovely control, cushioning the ball. Here is Kerr with Gorry. Patiently, the Matildas come again. Lana Kennedy now. And again from Fowler. Cheng, already by far the busier of the 2 goalkeepers.
It's going to be an interesting night for the Matildas, for Chinese Taipei. Their last couple of games setting up in that 5-4-1 formation, so really deep-lying defensive block. Not too dissimilar to what we saw from the Matildas' opening game against Iran. Just need that patience to pick apart a team that's a lot of traffic, a lot of congestion.
That's that first result of that very nice little shimmy and looking to release Su Hyu Swan down the left-hand channel. There's a clever little ball from the captain, Wang Xianghui. And a high press as well, looking to force the Matildas back, perhaps surprise the Matildas a little bit. Here they come again. Alana Kennedy with the defensive header. Su Yi-Yun can't get there, and the break is on. Caitlin Ford looking for Kerr.
Took over the ball from Caitlin Ford. Saw Kerr isolated in space. To the goalkeeper's credit, she's been off her line well on a couple of occasions already tonight.
Cross, who made that position her own alongside Katrina Gorry in the lead up to the World Cup. Claire Hunt, another who is one of the more recent arrivals in this Matilda squad. Cap number 15 for Claire Hunt this evening. Alongside her, Alana Kennedy, cap number 117. Wheeler. The budding tacticians of your watching as here's Mary Fowler. Ford able to just roll off the shoulder and try and get in behind again. Something to keep an eye on will be the positioning of Steph Catley at left back and Claire Wheeler at right back, and who comes into midfield, where they will probably alternate depending on who gets forward down the wide positions. That's certainly how it was with Grant and Carpenter in the first match.
Well, early minutes suggest that it'll be mostly Wheeler playing that role, tucking inside, as Carpenter did in previous games as well.
It's opening up for Ford here. Punched away, Kerr. And cleared, but the flag up for offside. I have to assume that's against Sam Kerr from the initial shot. There it is.
Yep, a call from the referee there. The assistant referee has spotted that one well. Chinese Taipei most certainly the busier of the two defences.
This is what the Matildas did so well against the Philippines as well, putting them under immediate pressure. Tony Gustafsson spoke about it pre-match, that often in the past the Matildas have struggled when confronted by a block defence sitting very low near their own penalty box. To be fair, it doesn't look like that's necessarily the case this evening. Chinese Taipei trying to play a positive brand of football. We'll see how long that lasts. Fowler does brilliantly to keep it in play, keeps it alive now with Ford getting down to the byline. She's won a corner.
Fowler, hasn't she been prolific? Impact really hitting her stride in the national team. Enjoying the space that she has out wide.
Hirakuni Cross to take charge of this first corner of the match. In-swinger with the right boot is a good one. Alana Kennedy was climbing. If anything, she may just have put off Claire Hunt a little bit.
The centre-half pairing find themselves challenging early. It was Claire Hunt who connected, and a little hand of apology, I think it was, to Alana Kennedy.
Second corner will follow in quick succession, and that is a direct result of the Matildas' high press up the field, not allowing Chinese Taipei to try and play their way out. It's something we've seen in the first two matches of Chinese Taipei. They will try and play their way out. They like to play little passes, they like to try and move the ball around, but it hasn't worked on that occasion. Catley delivers the header, a free header it was as well for Alana Kennedy, who got that goal in the World Cup against Nigeria.
And yet again, that delightful delivery we come to expect from Catley time and time again, and Alana Kennedy, she's timed that really well. Gotten up to reach that, the ball at its highest point, just couldn't quite redirect that one downward, which is such a threat in the air.
Throw on this near side for Wu Kai-ching. Got a goal against Indonesia in the first round of Olympic qualifying. This is a great run down the right-hand side. Su Yu-Xuan looks to cross. Already we've seen a little bit more ambition from this Chinese Taipei side than we did in the first two matches.
Yeah, absolutely, and Iran, they sat in deep, didn't really threaten in the final third, but we're already seeing a few glimpses tonight, just what this Chinese Taipei side are trying to do. You have to respect that.
Cooney Cross has won it back in the middle of the park, off the Chinese Taipei captain, Hayley Raso. The right-hand side, one way then the other. She keeps it in. Deflected behind in another corner. And that's what Kyra Cooney-Cross is there for as well, in the middle of the park.
Russell's done well to keep this one in. A little drop of the shoulder. To see it out for yet another corner. The Matildas, they'll be wanting to make a little bit more of these.
The whole of the ball has to cross the whole of the line, so the referee's assistant, correctly I think, judging that that hadn't completely gone out. So close to international goal number 13, Mary Fowler, who's not only been amongst the goals, she got one goal in the World Cup as well, but has also created 6 chances for her teammates in the first 2 matches of this second round of Olympic qualifying. Only one player has done better, Steph Catley, who plays just behind her on the left side. She has 11, although I suspect with those corners that has already increased.
6 of those chances from Steph Catley came through just in the last game against the Philippines. She's so explosive up and down that left wing.
And this time, Hayley Raso of Real Madrid these days just can't quite keep it in play. Tony Gustafsson, who's connected to his assistant coach and compatriot Jens Fjellström, who's sitting up here near us in the grandstand. Captain Wang manages to play it out for a moment with Sue, but it's Gorry and Cooney-Cross that have it back. Caitlin Ford, here's Kerr, outside, Raso can hit it, deflected, and the pressure is really starting to build here.
I like the decision from Raso there to shoot. As much as those tight passes, good combinations have worked really well for the Matildas. Sometimes it looks to open up just enough, but Hayley Raso, she's backed herself. You never know where those ones can go.
Nearly 80% possession already. Cooney-Cross with a corner routine, but the flag was up for offside. Claire Hunt was the player that attacked the ball as it came in. Well, we talk about her talent, her technique, it's all on show there.
The ability to get that shot away. She makes moments look easy, Mary Fowler, but rest assured they're anything but.
She has numerous qualities, but one of them is also not really knowing if she's right-footed or left-footed.
Still haven't figured that out, actually.
The challenge by Wheeler, but managed to get away. Just a little moment's frustration, the early cross, and hear the roar there for Mackenzie Arnold. Well, that's a nice moment as well. Spent time at Perth Glory in the A-League women's competition, now plays for West Ham in England. And of course, was thrust to stardom in that penalty shootout against France.
Not just plays for West Ham, but is the captain there. She's been given the armband this season for club, and a huge responsibility. Bringing back a little bit more experience and leadership as well to the national team.
Hunt, good challenge. Talk about how these Matildas are role models. You may not know, but Mackenzie Arnold has a hearing handicap, wears hearing aids when she's not playing, and has been very public about it, is now an advocate for it. Something that has helped many young kids as well deal with their audio deficiencies. That comes from confidence, and it builds confidence that these players are proud of who they are. Caitlin Ford. Claire Wheeler playing, screaming for the ball as a real number 6 that matches the number on her back. It's Gorry. For Kerr, so good back to goal. Able to control the ball under pressure from Lin, and now the speed of Razo. Well, they are defending stoutly, not letting much pass. Zhuo Li Ping with the block.
Razo's first touch really effective there. Just created a bit of space for herself. Perhaps laboured over the cross just a moment too long, but nonetheless the Matildas get to line up for another corner here.
Big World Cup qualifiers coming up for the Socceroos as well on the 16th of November at Amy Park versus Bangladesh. As it comes short for Fowler, it's a cleverly worked move, and Fowler blasting over. It was an easier chance than that very difficult one that hit the post just moments earlier.
Yeah, clever from the Matildas. I really like that. Training ground move, short corner. Mary Fowler, the obvious target. You can see the wry smile after that. She knows what a prime opportunity that was.
Don't forget, for that World Cup qualifier for the Socceroos against Bangladesh on the 16th of November, a Thursday night. You can get your tickets. Just search Socceroos on the internet. It's not the Matildas, it's still green and gold. And the Socceroos, who performed such heroics as well at the last Men's World Cup in Qatar, need your support as well. Li Ping clearing the ball away, but not before the whistle had gone for a foul on that far side against the captain, Wang Xianghui. No foul this time, says the referee. Oh, no. Also looked like she fell a little painfully there.
Yeah, that definitely looked like an awkward one, the way that Russell went down, and just took a moment to return to her feet. And you can definitely see discomfort from that challenge.
Now Cooney cross again. Looking to feed Caitlin Ford, who again is so good at turning her player. Just with a quick little shoulder on the right side. Chen Yinghui, like she was almost already asking there to just change players, because she's had enough of Caitlin Ford already in her orbit. Mary Fowler hit the post in the 14th minute. That was when she opened the scoring against the Philippines, just about. We've now reached the midway point of the first half. Chinese Taipei just getting a taste for this defending job. They're forcing the Matildas to work very, very hard. Ford trying to bustle her way through. Cleared out again with Su Yu Swan. Last season in Japan in the second division, Su Yu Swan. She scored most recently against Uzbekistan in the quarterfinals of the Asian Games, where we also saw the Philippines and the Koreans all getting some important international football under their belts. We also know that along with the Matildas in Group A, who are qualified, North Korea or Korea DPR are also qualified from Group B, and Japan, who are playing at the moment, are all but qualified from Group C. So that's 3 of the 4 sides. And this is where it gets tricky, because it's the best placed second place side that will progress with the 3 group stage winners and also decide who plays who. Here's Fowler, great turn for Kerr. Again, Claire Wheeler forward, and that's it with venom from Kyra Cooney-Cross.
It's a good play from the Matildas. Things just getting a little cagey there, but a long switch pass from Claire Hunt did really well to find Mary Fowler in space. And sometimes when you're trying to break down a really compact defence, you do need to vary up that approach to goal. Send a long ball in, try and stretch the shape of this disciplined Chinese Taipei team.
Norrie and Cooney-Cross again, the elegance of the outside of the boot pass. From the Matildas, number 3 at the moment. Normally 23, but only 22 players allowed for the Olympic qualifiers. So she's inherited Ivy Lewick's number 3 jersey from the World Cup. Has that taken a touch? No, says the referee, to the chagrin of Steph Catley.
She's not too happy about that one, Catley. It looked as though she'd left that ball purposely roll out. The pass from forward, a little shallow.
Little touch for me, just off the bottom of the studs. It's a dangerous one. Back from Chen Yinghui, and Chen, the goalkeeper, sending it into the stand. It wasn't long before the Matildas got that corner, after all.
She's been called into action several occasions already, Chen.
Catley comes to just put the goalkeeper under a little bit of pressure as well. Cooney-Cross, Melbourne Victory fans will remember this scenario. She scored from a corner to win the grand final. She's still very, very young. That's when she was very, very, very young.
Good goalkeeping there, yet again. There's a packed 6-yard box when those corners are swung in.
Sam Kerr, who saw the State Football Centre take her name earlier this week, the $50 million Sam Kerr Football Centre has just been opened with her name. A special ceremony this week to take advantage of the presence of Australia's all-time leading goal scorer. Been a good week in that respect for women's football in the West. State government also pledging $10 million to improve facilities. That's a great turn from Ford, who in the end was trying to curl it from a long way out, just perhaps lacked the power to beat Cheng.
There's that turn from Caitlin Ford on a dime. Her first touch, so tidy. She allows herself to get the shot away. Yet again, Chen is up to task.
Ford's just switched positions there with Mary Fowler to try and change things up, try something new. Ellie Rasso. Look at Catley playing in that inverted fullback role now. Caitlin Ford across, blocked, only as far as Alana Kennedy. Ford again, looks up, no options. We talked about Chinese Taipei perhaps trying to play a little higher up the pitch. They've been forced back here. Line of 5 defenders on the edge of their own 18-yard box. There's Caitlin Ford, Drop of the shoulder, comes inside, it's a great pass for Mary Fowler. The cutback and the shot from Katrina Gorry. Saved by Cheng again.
There are those moments, just how beautifully things open up. The individual brilliance of Caitlin Ford to find the pass. The cut back to Gorry, and she did well to wrap a boot around it, redirect it away from the goalkeeper.
Ying does well to intercept that pass from Mary Fowler, was looking to release Sam Kerr. 9 shots to 1. And 3 on target so far for the Matildas. They are starting to warm to the occasion. Razzo with Gorry. Real tussle on the edge of the box between Kerr and Yin. Seen out of play by Ting Cha Ying, number 15, the left wing back. Great run, Katrina Gorry, the cross in. Blocked again, but it's Razzo, that's a good challenge. And now is there an opportunity to counter-attack? It's been kept in play at least, but Hunt was across to put the pressure on. The Matildas have the ball back immediately. Wheeler with Kyra Cooney-Cross, who's joined the Arsenal brigade after 2 seasons, 2 very, very successful seasons in Sweden. With Hammarby, now plays for one of the most famous of English clubs. It's Fjellström there, just next to Tony Gustafsson. He's made his way down from the grandstand. The earpiece and microphone have disappeared. It's Ford again with Fowler. A chance for her to shoot. Again, more desperate defending. Wheeler gets it out with Catley. Space here for Caitlin Ford. And again, throwing themselves at every cross, at every ball in the area, doing everything they can to try and keep this green and gold tide at bay.
That's impressive from Chinese Taipei. A few occasions now you see the space open up really kindly for the Matildas. They look to get that shot away, and desperate defending from Chinese Taipei, just getting an arm, a leg, any part of the body just to block those shots on a few occasions now.
You could just see the active support leading the entire stadium that joins in the chant. Referee just having a word to Catley. Got to be careful in these situations not to foul the goalkeeper. Kyra Cooney-Cross to deliver again. It's a good ball in. The gold shirts arriving. Fowler. Wide again. Cooney-Cross. Ball in again. It's been spilt by Cheng this time. No foul, says the referee. Gorry with the little touch for Claire Hunt. Gorry with Razzo. Well, they have confiscated the ball in this last 15 minutes. It's now 82% possession overall as Alana Kennedy tries to create the breach. Razzo with Gorry. There's no way through. Bring it back out. Try and push and pull the Chinese Taipei defense around until there's an opening. Ford in behind for Catley. She's got such a good left boot on her. At the moment, Chinese Taipei are averaging about 2 passes as they try and play it out before they surrender possession again. Cooney-Cross, Fowler trying to glide between white shirts. Catley's done well. Ford again. Quick transition from the break in play. Still Ford has it. Clever little touch. right into the danger zone. I don't think anyone thought she could get it there.
You have to commend Chinese Taipei's defence so far.
But how long can they keep this up?
It took the 15th minute against the Philippines for Fowler to open the scoring.
Oh, it's this again, makes it all the way through to Razzo. Sam Kerr in the middle. Wheeler, Fowler as well. But they're outnumbered. Little 1-2 down the left-hand side. Forward again, wants it on the right foot. It's turned behind again. It's another corner.
Well, they're making them work for it, aren't they? It's been really disciplined defensive effort from Chinese Taipei. The Matildas just searching, probing. It feels like a goal is on the way, but haven't yet been able to beat Chen and goal, who's been excellent this half.
Cooney cross again delivers. Look at the scrum of players. Cheng doesn't even try and come this time. The Chinese Taipei goalkeeper, there was no way to get through. A crowd of players. Catley's header was difficult, but it runs through, and now Cheng has it.
There's an absolute gaggle of bodies in 6-yard box there. Hannah Kennedy rises highest yet again, but just can't steer that one goalward.
Again, early ball over the top. This is where the Matildas' defence has to be careful. And Mackenzie Arnold. You can see what a hero she is. The response from the crowd.
It's a rare touch for Mackenzie Arnold. But clever that was by Claire Hunt, just nodding it back so that Arnold could pick it up. You do have to remember it was Chinese Taipei who, in their game against the Philippines, despite going down 4-1 in the end, they did get scoring underway to begin things.
Well, they will be hoping that their long and lonely walk through the international wilderness has come to an end. For the best part of 22 years not featuring at the Asian Cup, having won the first three, albeit not in its current form. But they didn't miss out on the Women's World Cup by much. In fact, they didn't miss out by much 3 times. A remarkable story. The semi-finalists from the last Asian Cup all qualified. They were beaten on penalties in the quarters as Gori looks to curl one. Beaten on penalties by the Philippines, who went to their first ever World Cup. They then went into a playoff. They lost the playoff 2-1 to Vietnam as Vietnam went to their first World Cup. Then they went to the Intercontinental playoff, where they lost on penalties again after leading by 2-0 against Paraguay. And in the end, Paraguay lost out to Panama. They don't hand out tickets to the World Cup just like that.
No, and you can see how good the defence has been for Chinese Taipei so far. You can understand why some of those games did go to penalty shootouts, just holding resolutely, forcing teams all the way to the wire.
One player who'll be hoping never to see another penalty shootout is the number 6, Zhuo Liping. She missed penalties in all of them.
I'm sure a stat she'll love to forget.
It's a good ball. Over the top, and it's been kept in play well by Su Yu Swan. At the forays forward, few and far between. There is Chan Hu-ming, the very supportive coach of this side, a Hong Kong national. Who said at the start of the tournament that he hoped Australian clubs would look at his players and come and get them and say, come and play here in Australia. He said the mentality for women's football in Chinese Taipei is still one of recreation rather than a professional sport. He hopes this tournament will open a few eyes and change a few attitudes to the players themselves, first and foremost. Cooney Cross straightens up. It's a great run from Kyra Cooney Cross, who crosses deep to the back post. Sam Kerr, it was just too high.
Cooney Cross takes matters into her own hands, scoops across in, and Sam Kerr, so good in the air, just can't quite get the leap she needed.
Here they come again. Clever. But they're trying to play in very tight little perimeters, and that's playing into the hands of Chinese Taipei as well. Gustafsson talked about being able to play through a parked bus. Well, the bus is parked now, no doubt about that, with 5 minutes to go in the first half.
The challenge has been presented to the Matildas. Maybe a moment of individual brilliance to open things up.
Kerr gets there. The arm, the left arm, but I think it was tucked in. It would have hit the body anyway as Fowler. Fowler, ooh! That was dipping and moving around. Well, she has been the biggest threat in 41 minutes of this international match so far.
Hasn't quite hit that as sweetly as she might have liked, but Mary Fowler, poetry in motion on the ball, just moves with such elegance.
Rasso, typical Hayley Rasso, battling for everything. So quick when she gets free territory in front of her. Like now, they're backing off. A little touch for Sam Kerr. Forwards in the middle. Oh, it hasn't been dealt with at all confidently by Cheng that time. Not enough numbers for the Matildas in the box. Hunt does well a first time, and Wheeler covers her the second.
Yet another chance gone begging for the Matildas. Kerr's cross teasing that near post, but the runner wasn't to show for it.
I mentioned earlier the Socceroos World Cup qualifiers, the Para Matildas and the Pararoos are involved in the Para Asian Cup in Melbourne from the 4th to the 11th of November. Football, the beautiful game that can be played by everyone. So let's show them your support as well in Melbourne. Get down and cheer on those formidable athletes in green and gold, the Para Matildas and the Pararoos. You can get your tickets at footballaustralia.com.au for that one. Hopeful ball over the top from Chinese Taipei a couple of moments earlier. It was half hopeful from Steph Catley. It's just the first signs of a little bit of frustration in the Matildas side, because it is frustrating when you've got so much of the ball and you're just being denied and denied and denied.
Yeah, I think it's that fine balance between taking a longer shot and trying your luck, and not then defaulting to that pathway to goal. Because when you do look, get your head up, it then puts indecision into the mind of the Chinese Taipei defenders of, are they going to pass, are they going to shoot?
Wheeler, Kerr with Gorry, back outside with... It was such a great leap. She probably could have done better. I think that's how she felt when she wheeled away.
I saw the little shake of the head after she ran away from that play. been moments for the Matildas, moments they'll want to have done better with. What we saw against the Philippines was a really clinical, ruthless performance.
Benefited from an early goal. What a difference that can make if you can open the scoring early. Mary Fowler was oh so close with the one that hit the post. Catley, oh lovely from Manchester City's Alana Kennedy, who barely kicked a ball in the second half of last season, only to return a week before the World Cup and have an outstanding performance, and she's played every minute now this year with Manchester City, who sit top of the English League. Sam Kerr's Chelsea, who have won the last three. Currently sitting a little bit off the pace. She has a goal and an assist after missing the opening match of the season. Gorry looking to get things moving, but there's no time for one last attack from the Matildas, who have been on the front foot. There might have been times in that first half, if it was a boxing bout, it might have been finished by technical KO. But as it stands, it has been some desperate defending by Chinese Taipei that have frustrated the Matildas so far. Half-time at HBF Park, and despite the chances, despite hitting the crossbar through Mary Fowler, it's Australia 0, Chinese Taipei 0. Well, let's head off to a quick break, and we'll be back with Tara Rushton, Grace Gill and Andy Harper with the halftime show.